Hi guys, Rivalboss here, and today I just have a quick video for you of some pickups that I have gotten over the past couple months during quarantine and everything that I'm sure some of you guys are still experiencing. In Arizona, we have crazy spike up again, lots of idiots out there. But anyway, I have a bunch of videos that I would like to make, but there were lots of components missing, as we'll probably discuss as we're going through these videos or these items. I am not ready to release the new Pi image either. I'm having some problems with it. I still really want to just go back up and upload a fixed version of the original one that I released, just so people have it. So I might do that pretty soon here. But I have had some more cool things happen in my life that I will discuss with you later. So these are just some pickups that I have gotten over the past couple months, and I'll explain to you what they are. So first off, I got myself a Game Boy Color. And now Game Boy Color is a really cool, Game Boy back, from the 90s. And this one is not backlit, but it does have color. So one of the videos I was going to make was a video on installing a backlight mod that I bought. But that is coming from China, and that is taking forever. It is going to be really cool, though, and stay tuned for that. I also have a Game Boy Color, or a GB Boy Color, which is the knockoff version of this that already has a backlight, and I was going to compare the two, so that video is coming. And for that, I also bought myself basically this is the same people that did the Ed64 Everdrive cart. They have a Game Boy version, a Game Boy Color version of this, and I really like the art style on this, and the actual flash cart is really well made, and I will show that off in another video. And because when I was first gonna make this video, I just needed to have lots of games and stuff, and I do have quite a few, but I also picked up myself basically knock off a 61-in-1 cartridge. Now the cool thing about this one is it does have a battery, and it does save your spot, and it actually works really well. If I was to buy a 61 or whatever multi-cart, this is the one I would go with. As far as it works really well, and it's got all your Mario games and Wario Land games, and it doesn't cost. It costs like 14 bucks on eBay versus this thing that costs like 50. And then I also got some originals, Final Fantasy Adventure, which is actually a Secret of Mana game, which is kind of like a Zelda game, and maybe I'll put some footage in right here. But this game is amazing. I highly recommend this. And then the other one I picked up was Super Mario Land 2. Now this one is really cool because it has some really out there different locations and stuff. If you've never actually played this Mario Land, it is really good, and it's worth picking up or playing on one of these Everdrive carts or flash carts. So that was all the Game Boy stuff. Next up, speaking of Everdrives and stuff, I bought myself a Game Gear that has been completely refurbished. If you wonder, this is a plastic to protect the screen because they're very likely to get scratched. And I bought myself an Everdrive, which is coming. So there is a video on a Game Gear actual Everdrive coming. This is a thing. And, I decided why not have two. So I bought another Game Gear, the blue one. And now I have a blue Game Gear Mini that I also pre-ordered from Amazon Japan. If you haven't, or if you have any interest in this thing, you can. Don't pay scalper prices. You can order them from Amazon Japan right now, and they are, it's way overpriced. You're only getting 4 games. It's probably not even usable, but I bought this to kind of compare with it. So there's my blue one.
セガ設立60周年を記念してミニを超えるミクロサイズにゲームギ
So next, and then also to go with that, I bought myself a couple games while the Everdrive is coming. I got Psychic World, which is kind of a, you know, a side-scrolling kind of adventure game, just different. Never seen that one before. I've got Revenge of Dracon, which is basically Adventure Island, the original arcade port. It's really good. And then, of course, I bought Space Harrier, because why not? Space Harrier is awesome. This one probably does not live up to like the 32X version or anything like that, but still pretty cool. And then, of course, over here I've got myself a, you know, I already had a normal Switch, but my wife and I play Animal Crossing. And by the way, if I have any recommendation to you, get your loved ones into gaming, maybe Animal Crossing, because my wife loves it. She plays some games, like she'll play Mario Party with me all the time, but it's very hard to get her to play anything long term. But this, she is hooked. She has like 220 hours in it. So we bought her a nice, pretty teal, you know, Switch Lite. I almost said Game Boy Light. Switch Lite. This thing is, I have to recommend for portable mode. This thing is much lighter. We got a nice plastic case on there. It is just so much more portable than the actual Switch. The battery life's pretty good. It's a little bit longer than the original Switches, which is what we had. So I highly recommend this too. It's really nice if you can find one. And for $200, it's a steal. And as we were talking about Animal Crossing, I ordered this thing 2 months ago, and it finally came. It is the Animal Crossing Player's Guide, and it is gigantic. Look at this thing. It has everything you want, from fish times to like every villager. Like, look at that, it's crazy. Every villager's in there, what their house looks like. And it's dirt cheap. I think it's like $20 or under now on Amazon. And by the way, now you don't have to wait 2 months. Don't pay, you know, hundreds. I think this thing was like $100 at one point. It is now under $20, I believe, on Amazon. And I'm pretty sure now it's in stock. And then lastly, a couple games that I picked up. We'll start off with this. This is basically Dead Space Extraction for the Wii. This was a rail shooter based on the Dead Space trilogy, and it is only on the Wii. It is really good. It's co-op. You can play with a friend. I'll probably put some footage here. It was only on the Wii, and I definitely recommend it, because as Wii games become more rare, this will be very popular. Next up, already rare and kind of expensive, not really rare, but expensive, Mario Kart Double Dash. This was pretty much the only Mario Kart I didn't own at the time, and I decided it's really neat, and I'll put some footage here. They basically have 2 players that you can switch back and forth from. It also is the only one with Birdo, which is my wife's favorite character. So yeah, this was a really good one. And then, talking about Switch, I picked up Toki, which they had a collector's edition of this that came with its own little like arcade thing that you could put together and put the Switch into and play, which is kind of neat. And it's pretty cheap. The game itself is pretty short, but I've always been a Toki fan, so I picked myself up Toki on the Switch. Pretty cool. And then also Wonder Boy and the Dragon Trap, which is actually a Game Gear and Sega Master System game that's been remastered, and you can actually just push one button on the I think it's the L button, and switch back and forth between the original graphics and the new graphics. And the other neat kind of thing about the physical copy is that it actually has the old retro style that you can switch. I love when they do that with the cover. And it's funny because it says includes modern mode, includes retro mode on the back. Like, so when you switch it, it's pretty neat. So, and this is a really good platforming game. Then we play a little bit of PSVR every once in a while. I was able to pick this Apex Construct up for dirt cheap at Best Buy. I think it was like $5. This is a really good puzzle platforming, well, not platforming, puzzle adventure game for the PSVR. I highly recommend it if you don't already own it. And then lastly, I picked up Shadow Complex Remastered, which is a Metrovania kind of game that was on I believe the original Xbox 360. They remastered it and put it on PS4. It was a limited run game. It's kind of hard to find now, kind of expensive, but I picked this up for actually pretty cheap. And it's a great game. I would check it out. So, lastly, I've got one more pickup that I just did, and I'm going to show you right here what it is. Here we go. Okay, so lastly, we have, this is Rocket the Corgi, and he just woke up. And if you notice my shirt, I had a Rocket the Raccoon shirt on. That's what he's named after. His full name is Rocket Groot Galaxy. He literally just woke up. He's been napping. He's a puppy. He is about 7 weeks old. And yeah, he's our new little buddy. So yeah, this is one of the things that has been taking up the time is because I've been taking care of a young little corgi puppy that is so tired. Yeah, so tired. So yeah, that's my biggest pickup, I believe, is the corgi puppy. And he's super sweet. We love him a lot. He's really good. He's a good dog. He's already potty trained and everything. It's crazy. But yeah, this is Rocket the Corgi, and he's our new member of our family. I just wanted to share that with you. So anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I really appreciate everything you guys do. It is awesome to get to talk to you guys again. And until next time, I do have some more videos coming up, and stay tuned for those. Thank you very much. This is the Rival Boss, signing off.